Good afternoon from Shabbat McDonough Field. Manchester Public Television presents Memorial Football taking on Exeter. I'm Mike Gonzalez. I'm here with Coach Bezoin. What do you think about this matchup, Coach?
Yeah, it should be interesting. Hopefully, Memorial can snap out of it a little bit and make this a game. Historically, lately, they've been giving Exeter a hard time the last couple of years. I think last year was an overtime game, and the year before they lost a close battle. So it's a good matchup for them normally. So hopefully they can get things going in the right direction.
One thing I did notice is Exeter's numbers. We got the roster, and it was like a two-page essay.
Yeah.
A lot of names on this roster for Exeter. Depth is a big part of football, but Memorial looks fired up, and we're going to start this game off, and it looks like – did you see the toss?
Memorial's receiving, yeah.
So they'll get the ball first. We'll see what happens. Damp day here at Shabbat McDonough Field, and we're going to do our national anthem right now.
What's up?
All right, that was it. That's the big one. That's a song they play every time. So Memorial getting the ball. Any key players to focus on here?
Yeah, I mean, interesting thing is they moved Connor McFarland from quarterback to a wing.
They did,
So, in the triple. So Brady Harrison will be playing quarterback now. They made that move a couple weeks ago. I don't know if it was because of injuries or they just wanted to get McFarland more in the open field, and that wasn't happening with him at quarterback. So
right, and
it'll be interesting to watch.
Maybe it's want to get him some playing time too for next year, perhaps.
Well, yeah, the kid's a junior that came in, and in all honesty, what I saw, he was running the triple better, anyways. So
that's what we're going to be seeing today, right?
Yeah.
The triple option. Explain the triple option if you could.
It's just you'll see motion all the time from the wings, and it's a dive all the time by the back, and he has the option to keep, or they're not going to throw it much. And Exeter is historically a T team. So
not a.
So this could be a quick game if
right.
Yeah.
But good job getting on the ball there. That's what you look for in your middle guys. They get the ball kicked out. Exeter doesn't do anything fancy. Wet conditions, and Memorial's going to come out, and you expect the triple option.
Yeah, I personally love that. The squib kick down the middle. Nothing. I hate fancy stuff on special teams. It's always been my pet peeve. Just get the job done, and keep them inside the 30 and.
You're not trying to lose the game in the first play. That's for sure.
Right.
So we'll see what he can do here. So we'll see what Brady Harrison can do. He's going to pitch it out right. He's got some room down the sideline. Good run there. He's got all the way to go. Look at this, folks. First play of the game is pay dirt. No flags on the field. That's a touchdown.
And it's McFarland. And then we just, we kind of opened that up with talking about that. And there he goes on the sidelines. And I think that's the main reason why they wanted to make the move, because he's an athletic kid, and they were having a real hard time getting him free in open field.
So it really solidifies their option. That right there leads to more success with the inside runs, and good job, good timing on the pitch too by Brady, getting it to McFarland. So,
yeah. In all honesty, they were struggling with that with McFarland at quarterback too.
Look at that, right down the wickets.
Right.
So,
yeah. They had a great pitch relationship there, which is a main thing you need in the triple. And if you don't, you're too close to each other. In layman's term, right? You're too close to each other to make the play happen. So right there, they had, the defensive end came down on the quarterback, so that opened up the outside, and he pitched it nicely. And McFarland, it's got some speed, as you saw. He blew away.
For sure, had some speed. I mean, and this is great for Memorial's boost because I got to be honest. Talking to everyone before the game, Memorial was not favored. I'd say.
No, I mean
Exeter is a good team. You expect them to make a run at this, but what a good start! Ideal if you could.
Yeah, insiders know that historically, no matter what the records were, that Memorial was giving Exeter a hard time. But if you're watching their last few games, they struggled mightily,
I saw that they have lost 3.
Yeah, and it's not just losing, it's just the way that that they were running and their body language and everything was not good. So that's a big play right there.
So Memorial come out with a squib of their own. One thing I can say is Exeter's size is definitely bigger. Looking at the size of these players, just big number 74 right there.
They got big guys, but Memorial has some good interior guys on defense, and I don't know that that's been their issue. I think. They've been getting up some points the last few weeks, and I think, and you see McFarland going out there on defense. So one of the things that they were doing early on was not playing guys 2 ways, and I think that hamstrings you a little bit with your better athletes. I think you need to have them on the field as much as you can,
Yeah, keep an eye on Jose Soto here at linebacker for the Crusaders.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of their guys, one of the elite people out there. So Exeter's going to come in right away with the handoff. Nothing sexy there, just a regular run up the middle, and Memorial's all over it. Good for about 4 right there.
And Soto and you'll see Nick Young, 17, in on a lot of plays as well. They've been impressive to me. I've seen more Memorial football this year than I've had in the last 10 or so years. Because I'm not coaching, so I was able to sit up on the hill and watch a little bit a couple weeks ago. And
keep an eye on Nick Young at the end there, right?
Yeah.
17. Yeah, he's got a nice little jump on the ball here, trying to time it well, and he's going to do that so well, and he's going to end up sealing him off about a yard short. So it will be 3rd down for Exeter on their first drive. So Memorial is coming to play today. I mean,
it looks like they're getting after it, and you see Exeter just running the straight T, right? They're not going to mess around.
Right.
They're 3 yards, and usually you say cloud of dust, but that doesn't happen. Here it's a cloud of rubber.
Yeah,
right?
rubber in your feet.
But they're double tight, right? They're old school T, right?
Yeah, I mean, there is some throwing element involved, correct?
Yeah, the quarterback can throw, but, for the most part, that's just that play. I can name the plays if you want, but that's 40 Michigan right there. You're diving into the fullback. So in this, as defensively, you've got to tackle that fullback every single time. So no matter what. So he's going to dive through even when he's not getting the ball.
So you got to key in him, tackle him no matter what. And you're allowed to do that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, because, he's getting the fake.
Yeah. So if you fake it, you can tackle him.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, at some point, if Memorial cheats up on defense, you get a figure. Both teams will be doing that, is probably what Exeter did, which probably to their detriment last
Right,
series.
yeah, they had too many guys in the box, right, and they got kind of burnt.
So there's a QB keeper. He's going to keep himself, and that's a good, nice run right there. Able to get about 7 right there. So they are moving the chains. They are wearing them down. That's Jack Bovey, senior 6'3" coach.
Yeah.
Big body.
Yeah, they're good size, and, it's a big area out there, big school. And, Billy Ball, football is like religion out there. So it's like every year they're right in it.
Right. So we go 2nd down and about 4 to go here for the Exeter, and he's just going to dive it up the middle, and that's going to be probably good for a 1st down. So they're going to just do that. They're just going to be like, it's not unboring, but it's not like, no one's tuning in,
And then what will happen is they'll watch, their coaches are, obviously good with the T. So they'll watch and they'll see if Memorial's creeping up in the box.
Right.
And then they'll run a play action type pass out of the T, which
I watched Alvern run the tee against Central really well too,
Yeah.
and it really wears you down, and at some point it just leads to a big play. But here we go with first down and 10 in Memorial territory. He's going to pitch it right. Got a little bit of room, but good tackle once again by Memorial, getting him down. So that'll be that our boy number 8 there.
Soto, yeah.
So look for big numbers from 17 and 8 on defense. Also, Patrick Vachon on the line. He's going to be doing double duty. He's one of their better players on the line.
Yeah, he's a tough kid. Rustler, physical, tough kid. Here he comes in the game now. We're having good timing today.
Yeah, I guess so.
He's just got to mentally keep it intact because sometimes he gets a little too boisterous out there, which
a little, yeah.
Yeah. I've seen him get a few flags here and there.
It happens, though.
Yeah. I mean, he's a lineman, so
you don't want to, not intensity. So looks like a little shimmy to the quarterback, but it's gonna be still good for a couple yards. But Memorial does a good job bringing up third down with 8:14. You're right about this quick pace with the running game. It's just gonna keep going and flowing, and we're already down to mid time on the first quarter.
And what happened there is they missed the kickout block. So on T27, which is when they're going to the left, and the exchange wasn't good. You see the quarterback run into the
it was like the butt fumble from the Jets.
Yeah. So that play was kind of doomed from the start. So
yeah, you see that T. You see the 3 backs in the backfield. Very interesting, because it's probably a 2, 3, and a 4 back, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the middle guy's the 4.
They run that in Pop Warner a lot, really. That's how you learn your plays.
Yeah, I mean, this was run at Trinity for years.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Gaddy was like a guru on that.
Yeah.
When I first coached at Campbell, the first few years at Campbell High School existence with football, we ran nothing but the T.
So it looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Yeah, this is a big play for Memorial. After they get the touchdown, they get to see what Jack Bovey can do here coming up to the line. Any chance of a pop pass or anything?
Yeah, I would assume they're going to run some trick play and not try to.
Look how low to the ground Bovey gets, 6'3". Yeah. It looks like he's going to the bathroom. He's going to roll out right. He's got a little bit of room. Memorial all over him, and he swarms him, and that's going to stop him. Memorial gets the ball on a turnover on down. So big ups for Memorial Crusaders. They are starting out perfectly today. 6:52 in the first. They get the ball back. See what they do here on offense now.
And was that McFarland out there? I can't quite. No, that was Ethan Vigoran.
Yeah, give shout out to Raymond Plante on that play too. Number 36 coming off, fired up, and Memorial's in business. And this is exactly what they needed. If they could pull this win off, this really carries over.
Oh, big time. Because Exeter, and Exeter, this is a big game for them because they're 4-3. So.
Oh yeah, they could be a spoiler here at Memorial. Also, it's good to see West got their first win of the year last night.
Yeah,
so, but,
I was so happy about that.
You got to assume it would be Memorial and Central if there is a Turkey Bowl. So, getting an extra win here would tie up Central's win total and make it, an even match game.
Yeah. I mean, that's always a good game no matter what. And,
right.
Memorial
was favored last year, but Central did take it, I got to say.
Yeah.
I got to say, I do bleed green, Coach.
Yeah, I know. I bleed right now just city football.
Yeah.
I just want to see everybody do well.
You bleed purple sometimes.
Yeah.
You're West blue with the Memorial red, but a lot of these players because you're on the staff of the basketball team.
Right.
So Memorial's after getting nothing there, he's going to go up the middle and he's going to option it, and that's the option right there. Is Exeter's all over that. I'm sure they practiced all week on this.
Oh yeah, and right there you saw the pitch relationship was a little bit. Not as good there.
Staggered, yeah.
Right, and that was almost a forward pass, right? So
yeah, actually, it was.
So the timing is everything with this, and sometimes when you're sticking the ball in the back's gut and you pull it out, the timing gets messed up with the motion. So your motion has to be perfect.
Everything's gonna be perfect.
And everything's got to be good. You do a million reps with it, but.
So I see Tyler Bland, number 32 for Exeter. He's going strong side each time as they sweep it right. No option there, just a quick pitch, and he's going to be all over him. But McFarland tries to make a move, and it's going to be 4th down here. So assuming they're going to punt, I would say, with the lead.
That
and the
was
short field.
Villagran that time. That's our other wing going the opposite way. So Yeah, that was just a straight pitch, like, pull the guard and try to get a lead blocker out there, and Exeter did a nice job containing that time.
That was Ethan Villagran, senior, listed as a slot. I guess you could call him a slot. But
they're wings, slots. They're not really slots in a triple option because you're not throwing it, right?
Right. So here comes a punt, and we've seen some pretty hairy plays in this situation from Manchester teams this season. The punt doesn't always go as perfectly as you'd like, so we'll see what happens here. Good snap, gets it off, and that's a decent punt. I'll take that all day.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, the bounce
maybe.
was great. Yeah.
I mean, that almost hit a piece of number 32 there, Tyler Bland, but Memorial will take over on defense, and, short field for Exeter, so kind of just hit the reset button from last drive.
Yeah, we'll have a good vantage point of the tee right here, right in front of us. So
that's
true.
true.
To see, I like the punt was a little short, but I like the fact that you're not booting it right to their best player. That always bugs me as a coach. Like, there's a reason why the guy's standing back there by himself. It's probably because he's the best athlete on the team. So you don't want to boot a line drive right to his chest, right?
I mean, I just hope they get the punt off. It seems like that's been
at that point
the biggest problem. But Exeter comes directly on the 50, right at midfield, as Memorial does a little bit of blitz, and it pays off. If they stop him for momentum, it's going to call the play dead. And good job by Memorial, stuff in the middle right now.
And the interior guys are playing well, and that's just lead, so that's not. You're not trying to get a little bit wider. They're running off guard right there. So they get the fullback dive, and then they have the other guy leading. So so far, other than a few plays, they've Exeter got 1 or 2 first downs on the first drive, right?
Yeah, that was Daniel Gladstone on that carry, as he's one of the 3 behind quarterback Jack Bovey. As there'll be a timeout here, as Exeter wants to take a look at it, or actually Memorial will be charged with that timeout, as they just want to talk it over. And we're here from Shabbat McDonough Field at Memorial High School here in Manchester, bringing you coverage of Memorial versus Exeter here on Manchester Public Television. I'm with Coach Bezoin. I'm Mike Gonzalez. We'll be right back. We're back here as Exeter has second down, as a whistle goes to let's get things going here. And down in his crotch position, he takes the snap, going to go right up the middle, and he's going to get a good amount of yards, and he's going to slip through the good yards after carry him. The ball's on the ground, and Memorial has it, it looks like. Of course, they're going to sell it that way, but we'll see what the rest says, and he does indeed give the ball to Memorial, so good job by turning it over, getting the ball back for the offense. We'll see what Brady Harrison can do here for the Memorial Crusaders, as they got a touchdown to start the game, and now they got the ball on a turnover.
Yeah, it was a great run by the Exeter player.
It really was.
Delorey. And, sometimes those extra efforts where you're trying to get that another quarter of a yard, just go down, right? Because, the other guy's trying to strip you.
Good luck telling that.
Yeah,
to any running back.
I know. It's just sometimes, you got to know when to go down.
You've been in about 8 million games where you've seen it. That's why you're saying it.
Yeah.
You're practical, that's all.
There you go.
Like right there. That's a good job right after contact. But we do have some laundry on the field, as we're going to back that up for a holding, your standard holding penalty.
Yeah.
You're going to meet your quota, You're going to meet your quota.
That's where they struggled with Seymour inside. He's a really good back, but they have struggled with the dive play. And that when you struggle running the ball inside, you struggle running the ball outside.
Yeah, because they're going to key on the outside carries, and then you get nothing.
People that are watching the triple, if you're like a football fan or a parent or whatever, you'll see that dive for 1.5 yards and go, why are they running that play? Why are they running that? Well, you got to run that play.
You mean the layman?
Yeah, the layman. You have to run a play to open up another play. So when you're calling plays, you're thinking about the next play, not the one that's going off right now.
Absolutely, you have to jab to set up the right cross. You can't just go uppercuts every time.
And Jordan knows this triple. I mean, he knows it. So it's not. It's not that. I think it's just their execution and.
Now, what do you do when it's 1st and 20 now? But what if it was like 1st and or what if 3rd and 45? You got to
So
pass at some point.
I would
right?
have I would have a package in there. I would have a.
As
there-
he's going
there
to
we
get the
go.
ball right. There's McFarland. Nice cut. Look at him go, huh?
And did you see the timing on it right there?
Uh-huh.
So the motion, it's all about the motion and the timing. And McFarland knows what the timing needs to be because he was playing quarterback before. So both times that they've run that play, they got a touchdown, and that was, what, 15 yards?
That's probably I'd have to say that's Coach Jordan's call, probably making him a tailback because if for him to run his triple option, you want the best people in the best spots.
Right.
There's no doubt that McFarland brings more to the table as a
well, if he wasn't getting
option.
if he wasn't getting in the open field as a quarterback, which was their goal to run this, then
right at the middle. There you
There
go,
we
Coach.
go.
And
Yeah.
that just nice bowled over. How's your lunch?
right
Takes
now
a nice shot to the head, and he gives a nice little Fortnite dance, and he's got the first down.
It was a good block inside, and that's a good example of the outside opening up the inside, right? So now you spread the defense out a little bit.
Exactly.
And
that's the option. It's not a designed play. They go to the line, and it's all on the quarterback, right? It's all on Brady Harrison
Right.
what to do. So he sees something, and he gets it. And that can be real frustrating as a defense.
And
Kind of like
that's most of the time in the triple. I mean, you can call just a trap play, which I think that's what that was. So that was a handoff all the way, you know what I mean?
yeah, they do
but-
run the sweep here and there too
Yeah.
without the
Right,
option.
just a quick toss. So,
Yeah.
there is some calls out of it.
You see it here as he decides to keep it, pitches it to. That's not gonna be. Oh, he's gonna make a move, and here's where you're saying go down, right?
Right. So, yeah, exactly. So if he's fighting for what, he's going to maybe get another half a yard, or get 3 guys on him, and you can get the ball stripped.
Right, and they're
So,
hitting R2 all day long.
It seems like Exeter's right side and Memorial's left side. Exeter's got the stronger players on that side, so they're not having any success over there. So they're going to have to even that out a little bit. And go back to what you were talking about before. It's a good example right now because we're 2nd and long, right?
Yeah.
So if you were in 3rd and long, I personally would have a package in there, like a spread package in there. Maybe bring McFarland back at quarterback for that package, and just so you can have some kind of passing.
There's an option. You're right.
Because
Because he's probably got going in as the quarterback. He probably has the better arm, but in this type of offense, he's well suited as the running back. As he's gonna, we're gonna get our first look at there at number 20. That's Aiden Gouin there, and that'll bring up 3rd and long. So we'll see if they do bring out some kind of spread offense here. As you might be correct, I do see 15 McFarland coming out, and it looks like he might take the snap here.
sometimes,
Because I don't see.
and this goes to all coaching staffs, including myself.
There's
So
no
I'm
number
not-
9 out there, Coach. So you did
Yeah.
nail that.
Yeah, so I have spoken to Jordan about that a few times, and I've, sometimes you get stubborn with an offense.
So
he's
I wonder if Exeter notices that McFarland's now taking the snap and he's going to hand it off. Actually,
yeah. So
so whatever. It's like it kind of
yeah,
It's hard to explain because if your defense, you see him in there, you assume it's a pass. So that is a good little trick play, but at the same time, I think Brady could have done the same thing.
He was a decoy.
Yeah, he was a decoy.
That's basically what it was. So sometimes you'll get real stubborn with it, and you'll want to just stick in it and not throw in another package. I think their idea was they wanted to finally get an identity and not run different offenses every year and be all over the place and not have any kind of identity. So they wanted to do that. Whether or not the triple is the right thing or not, I mean, you can argue that with anybody. I mean, we ran a single wing at West for the first few years I was there because, out of necessity, we had to. So,
just 20 minutes off the real-time clock.
Yeah.
So a 12-minute game.
So
We're already done the first quarter here. As we enter the second quarter, teams will switch sides. But, yeah,
So
8 minutes,
we had a couple-
elapsed between plays.
Yeah, so we had a couple of stoppages, right? We had one timeout by Exeter and in the touchdown.
Yeah, and that's
And other than that, run play. And, we could get out of here in an hour and a half today.
I'm assuming we would, especially, if you're the refs, you're like, it's raining. But not for us. We're pretty warm here.
Yeah, not bad.
Doing
at all.
all right. Yeah, it's not a bad gig as Memorial will bring their punting unit on 4th and about 11. You never know, though. You just never know. Midfield wouldn't be the biggest risk, so we'll see what happens here. I think it's a good time for it, but they're going to get it away, and good punt right there. Fair catch. A little trouble in the rain, though. He kind of muffs it a little bit, but able to gather it. So good job for Exeter, number 6 there, getting that in. That's Evan Delory able to corral that punt. Those are really scary in this type of weather,
Oh,
too.
yeah. I mean, for high school kids, it's scary anytime. but
Right.
that's a nice job by the punt unit, by Memorial. He got enough hang time on that to get his coverage down there and caused a fair catch. So
Yeah, it's actually, you're right.
yeah, it's a nice job.
And I hate to be a cynic always, but, like, just getting the ball off again is like, they got the ball off. I'm like, oh, good job.
Yeah, you just don't want to line drive to their best guy,
Yeah, again, you notice Exeter's size. It just seems like they got the size in this, but Memorial's able to get that play, and that's a nice play there by number 62 for Memorial. Let's give him some shout-outs here. That'll be, Jaden Kalen. Is that right? Did I say that right?
That is right. That is right. And
you know Jaden?
It's tough for me to see the numbers.
Do you know Jaden, Coach?
I do not. I probably know him by face, but we don't have a lot of basketball players down here. We have a few, but
junior from the.
We should have more.
Yeah, well, should have more players and everything.
Yeah.
That's a fact. But here it goes. He's going to pass, and he's wide open. Yeah. And he did have him. That's a missed opportunity, Coach, as the ball did hit the ground, and he was in stride.
And that's the tight end just swooping out. That's called 40 Michigan right there. So
put that in the notebook, right?
Yeah, so that's a
whoopsie-daisy.
Just pretty much a one-man route, right? You're just trying to suck them in with the – he was wide open.
Oh, wide open.
And the quarterback didn't get it there.
No, he did not. And if he hit it just over the shoulder, like a loopy-loop, like nothing fancy, that's a touchdown. Well, maybe. Who knows?
Well, now Exeter's in the same position, right? They're 3rd and 10, so and they're in the T. So what are they going to do?
I expect a pass. I mean, I don't know. I don't really run the T or the triple option, but he's going to roll out left. He's going to be pursued and brought down for a big sack from Memorial, and they're rolling, baby. They're cruising. And they're doing dances, and they're getting the ball back. Well, we'll see. It is 4th down. We assume on 4th and 13 they will punt. But Memorial coming to play, Coach.
Yeah, and that was that guy we talked about at the beginning, Nick Young, staying home and not over pursuing. And
big punt, good air. Got to get away from that. Fire, fire, fire is the call. You don't want to be the guy who puts a sock on the ball, As Memorial will get the ball back, up 7-0, 10:27 for Manchester Public Television. Coach Brazoin, Mike Gonzalez, we're bringing it to you here from.
And field position is going to be key here, right? So if they can keep the ball rolling, and even if they just get a couple of first downs here and not necessarily get out and score and get a decent punt.
Right, especially with that lead, Coach.
Right, so, you want to have field position in a game like this. So. Let's see what happens. See if they can get a couple things going. All they've had really so far is McFarland.
And Vilgreen's in there splashed in. You'll see 14 and 15 a lot. But you're right. It's been nothing much but that first play. And,
I like that.
Yeah, of course you do,
Yeah.
Cody. You're like, you probably studied film in college, game film in your dorm instead of going to parties.
Yeah.
But no, everyone likes a good dive up the middle. But I know what you're saying. It leads to other things.
And
of course.
It's not negative yardage.
I get it.
So you don't want negative yardage on first down in a running offense.
No.
That's a killer. So you don't want to be 2nd and 10. So everybody thinks 2nd and 7 is bad, but it's not. It's really good.
Right. No,
now
probably
you got a couple options.
You do have more options, and you probably see the same thing here, as it will be right up the middle. Exeter all over that, though. I got to say, that's a great play by 55 for Exeter. Just blew up his blocker and set the whole play array. And that's Eric Manger, senior, 6'2", looking at these heights, 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", it's crazy.
Yeah, we run into a few of these guys on the basketball court, and they're physical and strong, and I call them cookie cutters. They all look the same. They come out on the floor and they push our kids around like we're not there.
Shorts, just
yeah.
scowls and mean eyebrows. So let's see what Memorial here is. 3rd and 5, manageable for sure. Look for something. You're going to run it again up the middle? No, he's going to keep it. He had me faked out. McFarland trying to get the first down. Nice little effort there. That's going to be short. In my eye, it looked about a yard short, but we'll see. Looks like
they've had success
spot
on Exeter's left side, right? Memorial's right side. That's where they've had the success outside. They haven't been able to go this way at all.
What do you do, Coach?
I kick it. There's not even a question.
Not even a question,
Not even, no.
Well, it looks like there's a question right now.
Well,
Memorial's not
you
kicking
asked me
it.
what I was going to do. I'm not on the Memorial staff right now.
No. Otherwise, they'd be kicking. But right now, it's 4th and about 2.
They could be trying to get them to jump.
Yeah, the old hot 1, hot 2, right? Then you know what happens there. Someone inevitably pops off on your own side.
Yeah, but even if they did that, it's okay.
Even if they go on 2, on 2, on 2,
yeah.
a million times, doesn't matter.
I had some teams that you just couldn't do it.
Yeah, they're trying to do that. They're trying to draw it out. They're going to call a timeout, bring out their punting unit, I assume, as they have 1 timeout left now. No big deal, though. First half.
I am not on the headset with the head coach, but if I was, I'd be telling him to punt or asking him please to punt. But that's nobody knows their team more than the guys coaching it. So it's easy to sit up here and critique but this is the only time I get to a little bit coach. So I'm kind of this is when I miss it the most, to be honest with you, when I'm just watching these games.
I bet
talking about them
because you know the inside out. Yeah, we got Rob Sturgis, the head coach for Memorial. You got Jordan. I always
D'Onofrio.
Yeah, D'Onofrio, thank you. And then, it's not easy with the next names either. So we'll just.
And Jordan played youth football for me right down here at on what wasn't this field. It was a dirt field back then.
Oh, my God. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, we had some good teams back then. He played for me years ago.
Years ago. This is the home of Central coach Ryan Ray, too. He was a Memorial All-State player.
Yes.
So here we go, Memorial, man in motion. They're going to gun it up the middle, and Exeter just slams them like a door in your face. Number 56, once again, Harrison Carasilio.
Yeah.
It sounds
and
like
so
that.
now you lost your field position battle, right? So now we were talking about field position being a big factor, and now you're kind of, if it was 4th and 1, I'd be like, okay. But they ran the motion to this side, which they haven't had any success with.
Right.
So you're running that to try to get them off, and Exeter did a nice job.
Yeah, I wonder if they were trying to do a hard snap again, but that can screw timing up too. As Exeter is going to pass again, they saw something they liked last time. Memorial all over it this time.
They had 3 guys out there.
Yeah.
So this time they stayed home with it and
trying to hit.
Yeah, I mean that's not going to go if they
Trying to hit 6'2" senior, again, 6'2" Tyler Graney. I think Exeter was like, wow, that was wide open. Let's do it again. But I think they jumped the shark a little too quick there, going right back to it.
Yeah,
set it up a little bit.
Just good coverage from Memorial. They were smart staying home, and they had 3 guys on the ball. So
yeah, probably a sweep our way, I'm guessing here. It's 2nd down and 10. Exeter seems to be getting a little bit frustrated. No, they're going to go opposite side, and Memorial's all over, and just a couple slip tackles, but able to pick up the difference is our man number 8 there, Jose Soto, with a nice cleanup. Yeah. Good job.
He really gets to the ball, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, he does. I mean, he's quick and he's got pizzazz. You got to have something about you like that. That thing not on paper, that characteristic that just.
I call it no regard for your own self.
Okay.
So it's like if you have that, then you're going to be a good football player. Now Exeter came out in the offset.
True.
They came out in the offset eye out last play, and they're doing it again, right? They're away from the tee, right? They're in a wing.
Yeah.
They got a wing, and they're in a little offset eye.
Yeah. And look for Moore in here near side corner. He's got a lot of damage. He's going to have to seal it, but he comes up and he's going to Yeah, I don't know, Coach. You're gonna come up a little faster if you're the cornerback there.
You
right?
know, it's a little bit of a different look that they're giving right there. So, you know, so now you're talking the field position is now flipped because they didn't punt. So I'm still going back to that. I'm going to reverse to that a little bit, but that's their decision. They got to stick with it now.
Well, they got to deal with it.
So now they're going to stick with this for a little bit. It's a little bit of a different look.
Right, so it is a little different. They just bring one more guy over.
Oh,
And that's the ball on the ground, and good job getting it on it. Bovey just kind of saves the day there. Man.
Yeah, that's unlike the Exeter teams to be putting the ball on the ground like that.
Well, the first one you saw was probably induced. This one was just an oopsie daisy.
Wet ball, maybe?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, you got to figure the balls aren't dry.
So you have a few more options out of this set for Exeter with the wing. You know, they can get him in the pattern if they're going to throw, or they can do a double handoff. Watch out for that. That can happen here too.
Memorial creeping up a little bit. They're going to sweep far side, get to come up and seal it. That's Sode again, as he's kind of like a monster back, kind of not an undefined position. I guess you could call him a middle linebacker, but he's kind of like he has the freedom to do what he wants on defense.
And the Exeter's tosses are tight, right? They're not trying to get to the sideline. Mm-hmm. They're going. They're designed to go right off the outside man. So and man on line of scrimmage, you're looking to pick on him a little bit, and not so much the cornerbacks.
As Memorial will come up, all their guys up top here. 3rd down and about 5, as they almost jump. Good job by Exeter trying to induce that. And they'll call timeout. They tried to do the same thing Memorial did.
Right.
Try to get a guy to jump. They almost had it, but they didn't, and they're going to use a timeout. With 6:07 here from Manchester Public Television. We'll be right back. We got a good one. Memorial's cruising. We'll see what happens. Here we go. We're back here. Here we go. It's 3rd and about 5. Exeter comes back to the tee here as they switched up a few times. We'll see what he does here. He gives it up the middle, and Memorial just gets driven back a little bit, but that's still going to be about a 4th and about an inch. Even if it was a centimeter, they did their job. It forces 4th down.
They didn't get fancy. They're like they probably decided that they're going for it on 4th before that play. So they're like, let's pick up half of it and make the 4th down play a little bit more manageable, right?
Yeah, and Bovey comes out here a little gingerly, but he's, it's also soaking wet for them, and he's got a play calling wristband that's probably getting smeared up. You got to get the no smear ink. That makes sense.
They got
no smudges, man.
Hopefully they're good and they have lamination on there. That's what I always do.
Memorial tries to make this is going to be close.
That's close.
It is close, but I have to say,
I don't think they got it.
No, they're not giving it to him. Good job for the second time. This game gets another turnover on downs.
Yeah, he got a little banged up on the play.
Yeah, it does look like that. It'll be quarterback. No, that can't tell who it is.
I think it's the running back, and it looks like an ankle.
But Memorial's fired up as they take a knee, but for them, they got the ball. That's their 3rd turnover, 2 on turnovers and downs, I guess, 1 really a turnover. But we'll see what happens here. We'll let them sort it out. Hopefully we'll root the best on for him, and we'll be back from Manchester Public Television. 5:14 to go here in the first. We'll be right back. So we're back here from Shabbat McDonough Field as we just saw Evan Delury get carried off the field by his compadres. Interesting, Coach. We didn't see them measure it. I have to take back what I said on the turnover and downs. They're just going to give him the first down.
I thought they were going to at least measure it after the injury. But, the angle's sometimes tough up here. So
I thought they had it at first glance, but,
It was all in the spot. I thought, it was tough to tell. But
I wonder if there wasn't a layover where they would have called it or not. Interesting, but you can't go back in time. I'm not Michael J. Fox. So here we go. They're going to pass, and Memorial's all over them. They got a guy on the wing. They get him nice off the edge there as they're going to just do a quick little 5-yard out pattern. That looked like a little flare pass.
Yeah, they were trying to get to 80 again.
They were.
And Memorial had it double covered downfield. So that's just a dump off. That's the back that's supposed to block the end, and he just kind of sneaks out after. So, they're just trying to
Maybe they put it in the notebook, like I said.
Yeah, they're trying to hit 80, and I mean, that was a gain of 5, so.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So,
I mean, you got to figure they're going to take advantage of their field position, and they have been doing it as they go far side, and they're going to be good for another 6-7 yards. It's going to be Jose Soto on the tackle once again, Nick Young in there again. We'll be saying their names a lot, but more importantly, they get the first down. There's 4:20 to go here in the first half, and got to start thinking about whether they should have punted or not.
Yeah, and it's all going
This
to
is
come back to
directly,
that.
yeah, it really is on that. I mean,
And, you know, when Exeter's going with that offset back, they've had pretty good success, so to get an extra.
it's not like they've had their woes at punting. Like you see West kind of
Right.
like
Yeah.
you can't get a kick up.
Right.
They've had good punts, so they have that in their tool belt
Yeah.
as going to be a pitch right. And looks like Exeter's just kind of wearing down Memorial a little bit. As they're getting about 4 or 5 each time, that's good for about 3 or 4. But if you can get that every play, which they seem to be doing, this drive anyway.
Yeah, they're having a little more success going left than they are right, so that was a gain of like 2.
It does seem that
But,
way.
you know, I think they're setting something up, too. You know, watch out for these guys at Exeter. They're running that toss, and then they're going to run something weird to kind of screw Memorial up.
But in tight like this, you can take more risks on defense because,
yeah, if you got some good coverage in the back, which they've had, except for that one play where they had the incompletion, right?
Right. So we'll see what Bovey does here as he comes under center real low again. I get a kick out of that. I don't know why. But Memorial's all over that.
Yeah.
And the bench, this is what's important to me. I see the bench into the game. You see so many times, they're flat. But no, when you're fired up, you're staying in the game. You stay in the game.
Yeah, it's all about body language, right?
It's all about momentum, energy.
What I've seen,
energy.
They've had some bad body language lately. So I think, Jim being in the game, and like I said, sometimes it just comes to matchups. And Exeter has always had a hard time with Memorial the last few years. So, and it's a case so far.
Watching number 80 here on the pass here. 3rd down and about 8. And they are going to pass it. They got a guy. They're going to go to there, and it's intercepted at the 1.
Oh, he dropped it.
He did drop it, didn't he?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh,
He didn't hold on, but again,
that's a bummer.
Good coverage, though.
Oh, great coverage.
You had the safety over the top. He had the guy locked down. That was a play action play where they had a double fake in the backfield, and then Memorial just isn't biting on him. So that's a good disciplined job by the defensive back so far.
And it makes you think, like, Memorial, if they can just get to 3rd and 8, now they got that covered.
Right.
That's like another bonus, as there's no doubt in my mind Exeter's going for it here. 4th down.
Yeah, no field goal. It's kind of surprising. But
well, we don't know what they have in their repertoire.
Exeter, you would think they have a kicker, but
yeah, you would.
I don't know.
But we'll see what happens here. 4th down. Look for the same type of play, I'd say. As they do, they're going to roll left. Plenty of room. He's going to come back our way. It's going to be a screen pass. Plenty of room. Memorial's going to get out. Ball's out. And the ball is out of bounds. And that is a turnover on downs anyway. Great job by the Crusaders. Whoop, whoop. Good job, buddy. Look at that, Coach. Memorial stops him. And the old yellow.
I think it's going to be illegal man downfield. No
old
personal
yellow.
foul.
There. It's a killer.
Roughing the passer.
Not good, man.
Did the quarterback get hit late?
I
I was watching the ball.
It was a screen pass. I mean,
yeah.
You're supposed they let these people in on purpose, right? Like, I mean, that's the purpose of screen.
Yeah.
Maybe he took it too far. I don't know who got the flag as
That's a big play in the game.
Oh,
right
you
there.
kidding me? That was huge. That's
It's going to be an automatic first down. So.
Yep. From like the 2.
Where are we? We're half the distance, so it's not an automatic first down on a personal
Now,
foul.
if that was a turnover, if they did get the fumble, would that have mattered, or that still it doesn't matter?
No,
if he
it
hold,
doesn't matter.
okay.
No.
Roughing the passer, yeah. Roughing the passer, huh?
So when the ball was spotted on the
It was on the 8.
on the 11.
Oh yeah, okay.
So it should be half the distance. So I don't. Yeah, half the distance is going to give him a first down. So.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah, it's not an automatic.
Is that how it is? Okay,
yeah,
I didn't know
it's not
that.
an automatic. So
Half the distance, and if it was 4th and about 6.
right.
So from the 11, it's close, but they got it.
They dropped the sticks already.
So a couple times now. A couple times Exeter. This is a long drive.
Okay, so it's first and goal.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Very long drive. Just methodical and couple breaks as they did put the ball on the ground twice, but unable to pick it up with Memorial. Almost an interception. That was a big miss right there. I wish he could have that one back.
And the side judge over here stopped play for something, and he got the answer from the white hat, so here we go.
And Exeter has 2 kickers listed, so they do have kicking. So sweep the other way. You called it. That's their bread and butter at this moment. That's their best success right now.
Yeah, Memorial's got 10 guys in the box at goal line, so now they just have number 3 deep at safety, and everybody else is creeped way up.
Well, it is at, the 1 yard line right now? So there will be a timeout here. It looks like Memorial is going to call it for a couple reasons. Stop the clock if they get the ball back and to talk it over. So with 1:55 left, Coach Bezoin, I'm Mike Gonzalez. Manchester Public Television presents City Football here. Memorial versus Exeter. We'll be right back. It's raining men here at Shabbat McDonough Field as we got 11 on each side ready to play some ball from the 1 yard line. Here comes quarterback Bove. We'll see what happens here in second and goal. He's going to try to keep it himself, and he is able to get it in, it looks like, as the referee is raising his hands for sure, and that's going to be a touchdown for Exeter. So, Coach, not punting.
Yeah.
Gave him the short field.
Well, not punting, and then they had the big late hit on the quarterback.
The big late hit, the missed interception. The ball was on the ground a couple times. So they've done their job on defense. They're really impressive. So we'll see if we did ask if Exeter had a kicking game. We'll see right now. This is a big kick. Very big kick.
I mean, a school like Exeter, you better have a kicker. I mean, you think they would get a...
They have 2
this
listed.
Kid looks like he can boot it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a field goal, right?
Yeah, so
I don't know,
They didn't want to kick the field goal.
Right.
They did have a chance to do it. They went for it. They got it. It was a 4th and 5.
Yeah. And now, Memorial's going to get the ball back with 2 minutes left. So unless they get a big return here, the field position battle has flipped, and it all comes down to that one play where they didn't punt the ball.
I'm big into,
I'm not going to harp on it, but, no offense to anybody. I'm just trying to see what I see. And, I'm sure while I was coaching, there was a million people going, what the heck is he doing? So it's nothing like that. It's just, in my observation, that was the play at the time.
You're looking at it from like a poker stand, like you're being smart. But when you're down there, your adrenaline's going. Let's just get it, Yeah, I get that.
And I think you're right about that. And I don't think you should have a philosophy in general. I think it's a flow of the game type thing. And what's the feel of can you get the first down? And at that point.
But I'll tell you what, I'm a big fan of in-game betting and, the odds change. I'd say that Exeter, with that touchdown, getting the ball back, just flip the advantage to them. They have the odds to win.
And they're going to get the ball in the second half, right?
Yeah, and they're going to do this grounder again. They're going to get on it. McFarland picks it up. He's going to make a move. Nice little deke right there. Hit R2 with the right switch button, and Exeter fixes that as bodies are flying. But we got a $1.44 here, Coach. What's your strategy if you're a coach?
Well, unless they
do you put the ball in the air ever?
Unless they put a spread package in, which I don't think they have, then they're going to try to probably get the ball to McFarland and make a big play, and then see what happens from there. If not, you're just running out the clock at this point.
Like get a sweep to McFarland, right?
And is he in at quarterback?
He is in at quarterback. I wonder if we're the only ones that know that. I have to assume Exeter's keen on that, as Brady's number 9 and 15 at double digits. So he's going to go in tight, run up the middle, and I think they're just setting up a hitch and go type of thing here.
Yeah, it's either that or they're just going to run the clock out and go and be happy with the tie at halftime and try to. Although, like you said, I think Exeter has the momentum right now.
I wonder how Brady Harrison feels about that. But you got to go with the shorthand.
Yeah. I mean, is what it is, and I think they probably have some packages in there, and maybe they're just setting something up.
I have to assume they're setting something up because. Yeah. I mean, you got what? Look at the guy near us. You got the one-on-one coverage. You got some room there as he makes a little nice move, run after contact. He's going to get the first down. Got a minute 3 here, and that will.
They only have one timeout, so the clock will stop to move the chains. They should be ready to go here.
That's huge, though.
They need one more big play, and I think their big play guy right now is taking the snaps. So.
Right, but if you look, there is room as they got to roll out, and here we go. He's going to go. He's going to throw it a lollipop up in the air, and it's a nice catch for the first down. Wow.
Yeah, and you can see that coming.
He went up and got it.
Because they had 3 guys split to that side that time. So you could see that coming a mile away. I could have called that was going to happen before the play.
And that's Ethan Vilgrain right there, their other top performer, their other threat. Again, you think, you see a little, they're going past again, and he's just going to, oh, boy. And he's got him. Did he get his feet in? That's going to be close.
I think he called it incomplete. Yeah. No, wait a minute. The guy wasn't very.
Interesting point here, Coach.
That's got to be a new ref on this side because he didn't give an indication either way whether it was incomplete or not. So it was incomplete. But
yeah, their quarterback Bovey is their free safety as well.
Right.
And he was cheating up all game. Now he's definitely given some cushion here as there is 30 seconds left.
Right.
They passed twice in a row. You have to.
You're in prevent, so it's a different style of defense, a different call.
Do you go back to the triple option in this spot here, or do you keep going?
They got one timeout left. They could go for one more big play and see what happens.
Yeah, you got to assume they're going to keep doing this as he's going to keep it himself around the edge here. He's got room. Takes on the block. He's got to get out of bounds, and the ball's on the ground. That ain't good. And Exeter definitely got absolutely. Yeah. Everybody was around that ball. Had a white jersey on, as he just stripped the ball right out of his arms. No red jerseys around, and it was just a quick, easy gimme for Exeter. So Memorial puts the ball on the ground, turns it over. Now Exeter really flips the momentum, having the ball here with 24 seconds. Now, if you're Memorial, you got to definitely sit back here.
Yeah, it definitely, running the triple every day in practice, it definitely limits your big play capability.
Right, you're not practicing
I know that
it.
Because we ran the single wing, which is basically not the same.
You don't practice
but
it.
it's the same idea.
Yeah.
And, we would get in trouble all the time when we were 3rd and long. So I get where they're coming from. And, they're trying to get McFarland in the open field to make a play. That's all they're doing there.
Watch out for a big play action here as they are just going to go a sweep, playing it safe. And look at everyone's just punching the ball. You got to do it in a day like this.
Right.
As we've seen our fair share of fumbles this game, as Exeter will burn their last TO here with 15 seconds to go. I don't blame them. They're at midfield. You might as well
try that play action and try to see if they can get 80 open again. It hasn't been the case so far. Memorial, except for that first time when it was incomplete, the rest of the time they had that locked down. So
probably don't practice the hurry up spiking, but they do have time to get a first down and down the ball.
Right.
If it's not open deep, they can go to a check down, or even a QB out of bounds. But yeah, it's worth taking the time out for sure. You're at midfield. You got to try to win the game, But I'm impressed with Memorial's showing. I got to say, I didn't expect it to be a tie 7-7 game right now. So.
Yeah, and it just goes back to them just being a good matchup for them, and
in a good defensive scheme because they have been stopping Exeter's. You call them setup plays. They're dives, but they have been stopping those and. Nothing really big. No big plays for Exeter. Just chunk yards at a little bit at a time. You haven't seen anything over 10 yards, though. They're going to try to do that here. And they're going to just dive up the middle. And
so you run a you lose your last time out, and you just run a straight
What,
dive
our time means nothing to you, Coach?
They're just like, they must have decided, we're not going to take any chances here.
Perhaps.
Throw a pick or a pick six.
So 7-7, that's the half. Memorial's going to be fired up. We'll see what, Coach Rob Sturgis has in plan here for the second half as Exeter will get the ball. That's a big one. So 7-7, but good game so far here from Shabbat McDonough Field in Manchester, New Hampshire. Memorial looking for the second win of the season, and they're doing a good job against a well-played 4-3 Exeter team who's trying to make the playoffs. So Look at Exeter's numbers.
Yeah, I mean.
They got a parade going, and they're all 6'2". But for Manchester Public Television, Buzzy, what do you think in the second half?
Well, Exeter's going to get the ball to start, so I think it's going to be a field position game for the rest of the game. And
so same kind of chess match we're watching.
Yep.
All right, well, stay tuned. We'll be right back. Thanks. All right, here we go. Second halftime. And Exeter will be getting the ball, Coach. So big touchdown drive for Exeter. Kind of ran the clock out down to the 2-minute mark. Big, long 8-minute drive to get that touchdown to tie it up. I'd say the momentum's in their court right now.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how Memorial comes out defensively and see what adjustments were made at halftime. I'm sure both teams made some adjustments, and we'll see what happens.
Memorial has 12 people on the field.
That's not a good thing.
Nope. Count them out. It didn't really matter.
Kicked it out of bounds.
They definitely had 12.
So that gives it to you on the 35. So
I mean, that's back when I was the guy who did the number counting, And the backup guy, back up and counting the number. That was my job.
That's half the battle on special teams. Make sure you got 11 out there.
Mm-hmm. But doesn't really matter because no one else saw it but the guy announcing the game here. But Memorial will play defense here after a dismal kickoff out of bounds, and but like you said, it's not a touchdown, right, Coach?
Right. So it's
worse things in life than a 35-yard line.
I like to keep them inside the 30, though, if possible. But, it's not the end of the world here. They're still on that side of the field.
So look for number 17, Nick Young, to make some plays here, as well as number 8, Jose Soto, linebacker for Memorial, as quarterback Bovey comes out under snap, and they're going to go right to the pitch far side again. Memorial had a hand on him, but he slips through it, but he does get corralled for about a 1-yard gain.
It looks like they did make some defensive adjustments on that play because they really strung it out a little bit more, right? And they're able to make the play, and Memorial's getting to the football. So if they continue to do that, and I think the game's going to come down to a turnover. If somebody turns it over on their own side of the field, then that's what's going to be big.
Right. Both teams have had a turnover. Never really came to fruition though, as their defense stepped it up. But how about that tackle, Soho again? He's just going to be all over the place. Oh, he's going to pass it here. Play action. He's got his man, and it's good for about 5 before he gets smashed out of bounds. That's a good pickup for Exeter, showing they are going to do some more things this half as they hit Charlie Dulac Jr. on the little flat pattern.
And they had 80 dragging across deeper. He was probably 15 yards down the field. He had his arms waving, but there was 2 guys on him. So there was the safety was behind him, and he was being covered. So they've done a nice job picking up the tight ends of Exeter. So let's see what happens on 3rd and 5. This is an interesting play here.
It is interesting. They take out Zach Couchet, the big lineman, number 77. You see him running off the field. Good hustle. As Memorial's stacking the line here. Looks like they're coming with it, and they're going to hand it off inside, and Memorial's all over that. And that's him again. Jose Soto with another tackle. He's just strong. He's got big arms, and he can, gets a hold of you, and he holds on.
That's a great play.
It was a great play. That'll bring up 4th down here. So you would be
it's
punting, right?
No brain. I mean, it's automatic.
And that's what they're going to do is they're going to play the book here instead of the heart, So, but never be. Oh, there it is. There's a fake up the slot, and he's got plenty of room, and there he goes. Look at him go. Is he able to get tackled down at the 30? It's kind of wide open there, huh?
Yeah, and that's, that kind of play can flip everything.
Direct snap.
Yeah, and it's, Memorial just wasn't ready for it, and the kid got into open field and was pretty quick for a big guy, right?
Well, very quick. In Memorial, it seemed like they were a little late with the punt return.
Yeah.
As they were kind of being weary of going for 4th down, but they did bring up the punt unit, but you saw what happened after that. But Memorial caught off guard, so here we go. 1st down from the 30, first drive, only a couple minutes into the game, but here's the handoff our way. He's going to get caught up in the middle, and again, Soho all over him, and that's going to be that's also number 56 on the tackle. we've called his number a few times. Is Dylan Oliveris, a senior outside linebacker. So good job, not only getting your arms on the guy, but to actually, that's in the weight room right there.
Yeah, I mean, they've been strong on the inside run.
Coach, how important is it lifting? Like when you were coaching, was that a big part of your off season? A lot of kids don't like to go lifting. Let's be honest.
If you don't get stronger, you're not going to get better. I mean, it's
some
it's
kids
simple. It's
loved
simple.
it, but did you harp on it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, big
to the point where they get sick of me talking.
I'm sure. Yeah, every coach does. Every football player gets that. But here's another play here, a little more room, and they're just doing what they're doing.
It's just a keeper. That's all it was.
Already ran 4 minutes off the clock here in this first drive. That was a big fourth down fake punt they pulled off to extend the drive as quarterback Bovey goes to the sideline to get the next play. And, they're just doing what they're doing here. Could be a quick score for Exeter if they keep it up.
Exeter's so savvy that wasn't even that fake punt. They talked about that at halftime. They probably said that, if we get in this position, then we're going to run this play, so be ready. And Memorial was not ready for it. So
Bill Ball running the show over there.
Yeah, I think he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, one of those names you hear a lot. Right up there with the Tom Sawyers and the other names, But here's another. Oh, big time! This could be the guy from now on, as he's just going to take it into the house right there. That seems pretty easy, as he had a lot of room, and he's the one that had the fake punt snap to him. That's number 33 for Exeter. What do you got here? That would be Daniel Batstone. We've called his name. He's a junior, and he just cruised right in the end zone. But yeah, he runs really well for a big man.
And they went back to the offset eye, and they ran opposite side the wing there, which kind of took Memorial off guard, and they pulled the guard around them. The guard didn't hit anybody, but he was downfield, and there was no Memorial player there.
So Dylan Druznek with the kick, and that is right center cup. So Exeter comes right out, scores a touchdown, and yikes.
Yeah,
I mean, Memorial, they did their job getting the fourth down.
Yeah,
it seemed like they were a little flat-footed or on their heels on that punt return, thinking they would kick it, but nothing's easy, and you got to always look out for everything.
And look at the body language now.
Yeah,
it's all flipped.
Yeah, Zach Corshane kind of head down, but he's also burning some calories out there too. He's a big dude.
But, they look flat now, and they got to come out and get a good return here.
So how do you do that? How do you bounce back?
You gotta as a staff, it's only one play, and it's a one score game, so you got to keep them up, and the best you can.
As you see Jordan doing that right there on the sideline, kind of getting his personal time with each player, saying, "Keep your head up. We're in this." They are in it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get a good return here. And then, get a drive going, get some momentum. And
Exeter is going to do a grounder like they have all game, I'm sure. It'll probably go to McFarland, number 15 in the middle there. Yep, there it is. So he'll just kind of get some momentum here, take a step back and see what he can do. Is Exeter, great play, special teams, number 52 for Exeter, all over that. That's Jackson Green, Jr. That's a good play.
And
open field tackle.
You see the special teams coming into play with the fake punt and the kickoff. Now they got him inside the 25. Now that was a decent play by the Memorial returner. He backed up a little bit try to set up the blocking. But
then he had no momentum though.
No, there was no.
Usually you want to catch the ball going forward.
Yeah.
And Exeter. It's interesting if they put McFarland there on purpose because they knew he would going to the middleman. Look at Memorial spreading it out now, Coach. Wow. We haven't seen a receiver this far wide all game, so maybe a halftime adjustment as they're going to go dive up the middle, and
all that's doing is trying to get a couple more Exeter players out of the box.
Right, spread them out a little more, go off tackle or something. But that wasn't really that fruitful. You got a yard on there. It'll bring up 2nd and 9 here. So, like you said though, you have to run those plays. Like a lot of people will be like, why you running the dive, but you have to run the dive.
Yeah, that's fine as long as you get positive yardage on first down. So second down is the big play, right? They want to get third and manageable, so they want to get 4 or 5 yards here.
So here we go, second down. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. So Quarterback Brady Harrison opts to go with the run up the middle for the second time. Nothing doing there for Exeter. So about 3rd and 5 here. Now you got to kind of get creative a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see.
Kind of pigeonhole you a little. And again, you can't really go for it on 4th, so you got to go for some kind of chunk yards here. I mean, they don't want to be faced with a 4th and 1 decision.
They had some success coming to this side, to our side. Let's see if they do that.
Here's a snap, going to
Yep,
come our
that's
side.
what they're
Yep,
trying
and
to
he's going
do.
all over him. There's 80. Oh, man.
Yeah, he just manhandled them. And you know, that's a decision by the quarterback. He's got to, you know,
Isaac Beam
in
on
all
that one.
honesty, if you're running the triple right there, that's a give. That's a give to the fullback because there was nothing out there. Even the pitch man was covered. So they
body
had nowhere
language,
to go.
body language is really
Yeah.
lacking on Memorial's bench as they're faced with 4th down. They're going to punt here. I doubt they're going to fake it. That'd be a little obvious, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would not be a smart move at this point. Just get it off and play some defense and try to make a play on defense.
Turnover, yep.
Yeah.
But Exeter moved the ball pretty well. Here's the snap, and he is able to get it off, and there's you go. That's just like you said. So that's a good job on there. And you got to watch out.
That's a great
roll.
punt.
It's a great punt. Absolutely.
Not returnable, off to the sideline.
About 45 yards on that punt, so
That's
you
a
don't
good
see
job.
that. Yeah, absolutely. Almost got a piece of number 22 there, so that's bonus. So here we go. Memorial's going to have to shine here as we're already down to 5 minutes here in the second half, 3rd quarter here as Exeter takes over. Long field, about 34-yard line. Expect the same kind of thing. If all things go well for Exeter, you're going to have a 5-6 minute drive.
Right.
End it off with a touchdown. But I'll tell you what, got to keep an eye on 33 now because he's hot. Daniel Bastone is the guy on fire right now, and you ride a hot hand. They will use him as a lead blocker this time and give it to his compadre, number 32, Tyler Bland, on that drive. We've seen him get a couple yards.
What they're doing is they're running right outside the end. They don't want to get to the sideline.
It
They're
seems
taking
to
that
be,
wing.
yeah.
They're taking that wing and they're double teaming with the tight end and they're cracking down and trying to get a lead back out there and just running right off of the outside man on the line of scrimmage. So they've had success doing that the whole game.
Yeah, and first down, when you can get 9 on first down, that's real good. So seems to be Bastone and Bland getting the lion's share of the carries as this is going to be number 22 this time, right at the middle. And he's good for another 8 yards. That is Charlie Dulac, who we've called his number a few times as well. So running back by committee, when you have a wing T, that's kind of the name of the game, right? Anybody can get the ball.
You just keep wearing the team down, and
Yeah.
they're expecting the fullback to get the ball there, and went to the tailback. So yeah, I mean Memorial looks worn down at this point right now. They need to make a play. They need to make somebody to step up and make whether it's a negative play or a turnover or whatever, just something to get the sideline back into it.
Nick Young on a sack or something like that.
Yeah.
Strip sack. But until then, the clock's going to keep ticking, and he's going to have a sweep far side. And right on it, you called it, Coach. Absolutely. Who's that? I call Nick Young on a big stick behind the backfield. That's the play they needed. And you look at the sideline, they're fired up again.
Yeah, I mean, and that time he snuck inside the wing. So
We're good at this, aren't we?
Yeah, it seemed that way. Sometimes you get lucky, right?
Yeah.
But he snuck inside the wing, and he's so quick to the football that he made a huge play. So now you're 2nd and 12. So
yeah,
that's
you
good.
got to watch out. Keying on number 80 there, that would be Tyler Graney. He seems to be their primary receiver this game. So we will get
There we go.
Yeah.
Back to back.
And there he is. Yeah. Good job. Number 36 from Memorial getting a little bit of fired up. That's Landon Murphy right there. Nice play. Nice play there. But
you're putting Exeter in 3rd and long where they're not comfortable either.
Right.
So, but with them, they'll probably just run it and and then kick.
Possibly. I mean, the third quarter is winding down. We're already at the almost the 2-minute mark, as this is just clock football. And there's our guy, number 33, as he's getting there. And good job. What a nice tackle there by 32 from Memorial.
And that's the play they ran for the touchdown with the
Caden
pulling guard out there. But
Yeah.
Memorial was much better with it there. And so now, they're going to try to pin him down there. And
You got to assume, I mean, they were in the same
we
position.
talked about field position, right? And that's what they're doing.
Obviously, key in on 33 here. Oh, this is not good for Memorial, as probably their best defender is a little hobbled up right now. That would be Soto.
Hopefully it's just a cramp for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's out there doing both sides of the ball. But this is exactly where Exeter was when they pulled, exactly, to a T.
Yeah.
4th and 6, same ball field position. There's no way they would do it again, right?
That's a once-in-a-game. That's a once-a-game thing.
But it is something you have to watch for, correct?
Well, yeah.
Or can you just assume it's not?
I wouldn't assume anything with them. If they see an opening, they'll probably throw it in there. But
I wonder if it's a check-down situation where they have the liberty to do that, or the Coach Ball just saying,
I
this
don't
is the
think you
play.
have too much liberty when you're playing for Coach Ball. I don't think he's going to let the players make a decision out there.
Right.
I think that's all designed.
Yeah. So.
I think a smart play here is just to try to pin them down.
Excuse me, that wasn't Soto. That was number 42 from Memorial. But here comes the punt. Snap is good. Ball is out. Good high line drive. And this is going to be a nice break for Exeter as he's able to get it down right where you want to get it. What was that, the 1 yard line? The 3 yard line. So great job. I mean, that's just what the doctor ordered. But Memorial does get the ball. It is a stop. So it's not a touchdown,
Yeah.
So they're down a touchdown. They have a chance here to tie it up. But they do have the ball. But it is going to be backed up as far as you can go, pretty much.
I mean, one play at a time, one first down at a time at this point. Just try to get the ball in decent position around the 20 and then think about making big plays from there. But right now you just want to get positive yards on each down and get to that stick, get to that first down.
As it is sloppy out there right now, you can see the rain hammering down on the helmets, hammering down on the track in the backfield as Brady will hand the ball off up the middle. And again, it's not, electric football, but it is necessary. I wonder at what point does that play? I don't know how many games you've seen with Memorial. Have they gone to a different?
No.
Have they gone to the spread at any point of the season, or are they always running the?
They haven't gone to any spread, so they're committed to this, and that's it. And sometimes it's frustrating, but
we'll see what happens here. They did get positive yards, man in motion here, and they're going to go right up the middle again, and it looks like it wears them out a little bit. So, Coach.
Yeah, it's a little trap play inside. That was a design handoff, not a triple option. So it was a little trap play, and they got to the sticks, just like we talked about, right? So now you got one first down. Let's get another one.
That's true.
And then, the sideline starts to get back into it, and everybody starts to get excited, and they're one big play away. If they can get McFarland, we've already saw it. He gets in the open field.
We saw that on the first play of the game.
Gone, right?
First play of the game, he went about 80 yards. So quarterback Brady Harrison under snap here. He's going to go up the middle again. He looks like a nice little chunk yard play for them. That's 2 in a row there as they are getting some good yards up the middle, and that is set up by getting the 2 yard gain. Again, not to harp on it. But
Seymour's that kid, he's underrated back. He doesn't have a ton of speed, but
he's low to the ground.
Injuries, he's a good back. He knows where to make his cuts. He follows his blocking, and I would have loved to have him on my team anytime. Low to the ground is hard. He's a tough kid too.
Oh yeah,
he'll keep coming at you.
And good decisions by Brady Harrison so far, as it is his call whether they give it to him or not. As we got first down again, and he's going to go to him again. And Exeter kind of guesses right on that. At some point, you got to guess, I'm sure. And 1 in 3 chance, really, what's going to happen.
I mean, when you're running the straight triple, then you're tackling that kid every single time anyway. So, The last couple plays wasn't an option for him. It was a design trap play. So they do have those in there where
it's quicker, and it's quicker off the snap, and it kind of catches them off guard. They're used to the play developing, and when it comes quick. But that's it. That was a quick one, huh? Quick quarter.
Yeah.
As both teams do the same kind of thing, clock killing, running, and that's the result of a 17-minute quarter real time.
I don't know that we had any stoppages at all there, because was there any passes in that quarter? Maybe one.
I don't think there were.
Yeah,
I think the only stoppage was to move the chains for first down.
Right, and the touchdown. So,
but it is 14-7. Memorial's down a touchdown, but they are getting first downs. It's going to be second and about 9 here, and we're going to start the fourth quarter. So it's time for them to step it up like a toddler at a urinal.
Alrighty.
For Manchester Public Television, we'll be right back. All right, we are back at Shabbat McDonough Memorial Field here in Manchester, New Hampshire. It's 7. Home team has 7, and guest 14. That's what it says on the scoreboard. And that's accurate, as Exeter's just kind of content with the way things are going. Memorial, at some point, you're going to look at the clock, and it's going to be 3 minutes left, and you're going to have to do something here. A lot is on stake in this drive. A lot is on this drive here.
They're pounding it to Seymour so far, so hopefully that's going to open something up and get McFarland in the open field.
Both teams have punted this half. As is a nice little run up the middle. Oh, he tricked me. And the ball's on the ground, and that's a killer. If you got, and the referee agrees it is Exeter's ball. He faked me out. I thought he had the ball up the middle, but I guess not.
Yeah, he kept it, and he had Seymour, and that's going to be a quicker pitch, right? So that's going to be 1-2, and then pitch it right now. And he kind of waited a little too long, and he had 2 guys converge on him, and that's the result of it. So now you got field position for Exeter, and if they get this one in, that's going to be a tough uphill battle from there.
I think coaches agree. But that's football, right?
Yeah. Now you gotta make a play on defense, so you can't dwell on it.
Nope.
And it's the 33 again.
But it really backs them up, puts their heels on the goal line here as they kind of gets in their head a little bit. It's a little deflating, but you're right. They still are. They could do the same thing. They got to get a turnover here, or let them score quicker.
They got to call a timeout to try to get an adjustment on defense, because that Battistone, that's the play they scored on, and then they tried it on the 4th down play before, and they had good success with it right there again too. They have the guard pulling around and getting up in, so it's different than what they were running with the T. It's a eye situation.
So Rob Sturgis sees that probably as well, calls the timeout to kind of not only fire him up, but let him know about what you just said. But yeah, you could see Brady Harrison, to double back on your point about the quick pitch. You could see he liked that back, as he kind of knew.
I see like A.J. Sebastian dressed on the sidelines. He's one of the big weapons speed-wise from Memorial, and he's out today. And they've had a couple injuries like everybody else has this time of year, but that's a key one for them.
Get the nice varsity jacket. You'll love those. But this is getting to the point where, with the offenses that they run, where the clock could come down real quick, especially, you could see them taking 3 plays if they do score to do it. They get about 4 yards every time. So here we go, and
keeper.
Yeah, right up the middle. That's a good call. I mean, if you trust your quarterback to do that.
Well, he's a big kid, right?
Yeah, he's
6'2", so
6'3", yeah.
Yeah.
Playing free safety as well, doing double duty. You see that a lot. A lot of quarterbacks playing free safety.
Right.
Because they know the deal. They know where to go. They see the eyes, and they can read the QB. But, good job for about 5 yards. And, again, tick, 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 tick. We're down to 11 minutes, and the game's over after that. So, Exeter's in no rush right now, that's for sure.
No.
Maybe to get home, but not.
Maybe to get out of the rain.
Yeah, it's going to be a wet ride home. Memorial stacking the line real nice there, right up the middle. And there's nice job reading that as Memorial's defense. You know, I got to say, I always, have it in the back of my mind, who's the stronger Manchester team.
Yeah.
See a play like this, and it makes me think, who knows, maybe Central isn't the number one team.
Well, Central's playing in a, to me, right, from an outsider now, they're playing in a tougher division than
Oh, yeah. We'll see them
tougher
next.
conference than Memorial is. And Memorial probably has twice the players as Central does.
Yeah.
So
we'll see them next week facing Pinkerton at home.
Oh, boy.
That'll be fun.
Yeah,
We'll be there bringing that game live.
That'll be fun for about a half of a quarter.
Yeah, no. It'll be fun when they pull it off.
Yeah, boy.
But here comes Exeter. Third down. Big play here. And they're able to get another touchdown. QB keeper just faked the handoff. But we do have a little flaggy on the field, as we never know, and it's going to be a holding. Yep, absolutely. Bring it back, Jack. That's no touchdown. So take those points off the board. It'll be still a one touchdown game. Third down and about, 11 now?
Yeah, somebody got held on the edge there. So the white hat from behind saw it. And
good thing.
Yeah, Roberts, who's a veteran official, he picked that up right away. And
I mean, it makes me think back in the first half when Memorial stopped them on fourth down and they had that roughing the passer.
Right.
So both teams have had some big plays here in the goal line situation. So now, what are you doing here? Are you doing like a waggle pass? Are you just going to keep running
it? Depends on what their thought process is. If they're going to kick a field goal, right, and make it a two-score game, then you're just going to run it and try to get into a decent position for a field goal. Because, I mean, judging by that extra point, the kid's got a foot on him.
We did have a prediction of a field goal here in the booth.
Right.
So
right.
we never know. But you're right. Maybe you're right. Because I would kind of ice the game.
The ball's on, the 12 right now?
Yeah.
So if you get Coach. 4 or 5 yards, then you gotta at least think about it.
So now that would lead to kind of a regular standard safe play right here, if they're going that route. And judging on the sideline, I don't see any kickers warming up. That's usually a nice indicator. Man in motion, and he's going to keep it himself. He's going to have some pressure. He's got time, though. He's going to go back, and he's going to go deep in the end zone, and he's going to make a
Oh, did he catch it off the tip? Oh,
there is a flag on the play.
He caught it off the tip. And I think it's going to be interference on Exeter. From what I saw 80 push off.
Okay, so I couldn't tell because I'm looking at a little window here, but I wanted to make sure I got the play, but it looked like he caught the ball.
The ball was tipped and caught by 32 off the tip. But before that, it was a jump ball, and I think 80 pushed off. From what I could see.
We'll get the call here from I mean, there's only one call to be made.
They called it on the defense. Yeah,
boo.
I'm disagreeing with that unless I saw. So it's a touchdown. Yeah, so it's a touchdown. So you're declining it.
And the people are fired up here at Shabbat McDonough.
But they're thinking it's a incomplete pass, but 32 got in there and scooped it.
Definitely did?
Yeah. He definitely caught it off the tip, so there was no question about that. But the question was whether or not 80 pushed off, and the fan down here thinks the ball was on the ground, so he has good eyes, better eyes than I do.
Yeah.
And he thinks they're blind, and
he said a word we can't.
Yes.
Well, you can see that on YouTube. We'll do the uncensored version. But here comes the extra point. Judging by the last two, this should be money, as that is up in center cup right there, no problem. So maybe they were going to go for, well, they did do a pass.
Well,
so
yeah, right. You know, I mean,
but it doesn't matter.
They could have said, let's go for one shot in the end zone, and if not, we'll kick it, right?
It does seem like he's good from about 30 at least.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, it was a call that could have went either way, but it was a big call in the game.
I thought it would go the Crusaders' way, judging by.
Yeah, I mean, the size of 80 and the way that the ball was, it was almost a jump ball situation. It wasn't a timing play. I thought that the kid pushed off, but, you know, on the replay, maybe I'm wrong. But
I did get it. I did get this touchdown.
Yeah.
Sometimes I
Oh, right, yeah. It's
get a little
tough.
excited.
Yeah, it's tough. You're watching the play. And
I'm watching the game through a 3-inch screen here, 2-inch screen. But that was for the benefit of the fan, I think, the PA announcement.
yeah, he's trying to explain it to the gentleman below us.
Yeah. It was
So that puts Memorial down 21-7. That puts them in a tough situation here.
It does. It makes them have to score within about 3 or 4 minutes. They have to score, obviously. But bigger kick here is it's not handled well as he kind of. So with 9:49 here in the fourth quarter, Memorial having a good showing today. Things went a little bit of Exeter's way as they have scored 3 unanswered touchdowns here, Coach. That's a big stat right there.
Memorial came out and scored on the first play from scrimmage, and didn't they return the opening kick last week?
They did.
And got nothing after that. So it seems like they've
McFarland on both of them, too.
They've peaked at the beginning of the field, at the beginning of the game, and not be able to do anything else. Offensively, I don't think they've got past the 50. So
McFarland is a senior this year, so they won't have him back next year. He's definitely probably their best player on offense, at least.
Seymour's having a good game. He's really rumbling, but
Right, he is. You're right, but also, there's a big.
That's McFarland down.
Yeah, that's not good. Hopefully, he looks like a bruised type of situation. Football's a pretty.
Yeah, I was
rough
thinking
game.
maybe that he got hit in the manhood.
Oh, in the old downstairs.
Because the kids do not like to wear cups now.
Right. Well, there's your public service announcement right there.
Unless you don't want to have children later on in life, maybe you should think about wearing one.
Yeah, and it just hurts. But we'll wish him the best as well as his future children. We'll be right back after this. So McFarland able to get some help from his friends, and looks like a leg injury as we can hear the groaning. Ouch. So Memorial in even harder comeback territory here as their number 1 guy is out, and they're going to go kind of a flimsy little flip there, but able to get about 8 yards. They're kind of riding his train right now, aren't they?
Yeah, they're running that little delay.
Oh my gosh!
And that's him coming off with his shoulder.
So now, they got basically Ethan Vilgrain as their.
They must have a backup running back that they.
Yeah, good time to do a play action go pattern or something. Give this guy a look. He's been stock blocking all game. Is we going to go with a QB keeper? No, he had me faked out.
Give.
Yeah, right up the middle. So that'll be the first look for
31.
Number 31 we've seen. That's going to be Christian Kaling, a fullback listed as a sophomore. So next man up, right?
Yeah, I mean Seymour's been taking some cracks, so I think he came down on the turf on his shoulder there.
Interesting. We don't see Jose Soto out there in running back. Ooh,
Yeah.
big stick.
That's
the quarterback right there making a big stick coming up.
But Vilgrain got the edge that time on this side, and they've had a tough time going to their left. So that's a positive thing there that they were able to.
Nice little drive, Coach. I mean,
the edge. Let's get the first down.
It is taking a little time, but this is the only way they know how to move the ball is this way. So delayed handoff. He's going to keep it. He's going to pitch it a little late, but he does get it to him. He's going to get upfield, though, and he does just in time.
I think he just got it.
As it looked like he kind of staggered a little, didn't he? Kind of looked for the big play, but no, you just got to get that first down. But he did. He put his head down, and he muscled his way for a first down. So the Crusaders are over the midfield line. They're going to hurry up offense here, as they should. But more time comes off the clock. It's going to be 8:14 here in the fourth quarter. As we're going to have a sweep our way. Gets his hands on it. A little dangerous.
Oh.
Gets off the block, and you can see the dismay of number 11 right there from Memorial. Bolio would like that one back as he kind of was the key to that play.
A great play by number 4 for Exeter, Sean DeLello. he stayed home and just like a form tackle, and he wasn't letting that kid go. So
Right. Colin Bolio is a junior listed as a receiver, but mostly he's a edge stock blocker in this offense.
right.
As we're going to get another drive up the middle here, and more time comes off the clock as we're nearing down to the 7-minute mark, as we have not seen McFarland get any better, as we see him kind of just
Yeah, it looks like he could be done for the day.
squinting in pain. Like, it doesn't look like he's very comfortable right now. So we wish him the best, kind of thinking it over, kind of getting his bearings. But 3rd and 11 here, as we get a sweet fire.
Oh,
That's a
boy.
wicked, good adjustment there, getting his hands on the ball, as they will live to see another down. But that pitch looked like there was a 50-mile-an-hour wind behind it.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a matter of reps, and, that's
Well, again,
it's Brady Harrison, those toss plays, you've got to rep them over and over and over again. And it looks like, I don't know if that's 20 for Memorial. That is,
it's a good job getting the ball back. It's Gooin.
yeah, Gooin. And, he's had some carries.
You'd
but,
go for it here, wouldn't you?
Well, you're down 2 scores. Do you have much choice? You kind of have to, right?
Yeah. So
if
without
you're
McFarland,
punting, you're just waving a white flag with 6 minutes left.
and without McFarland to be quarterback, you're gonna have to put it on Brady here as got a man in motion. Just gonna sweep it. Here comes a sweep pass. No, all over it. He's been all over. There he is.
Yeah.
Oh boy, it's getting ugly.
And they're running that to the left side, and looks like the kid Villagran, who's very frustrated. Looks like he's a right-handed thrower, right?
It does.
So you're running a sweep to the left side.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
You're going to want him to turn his entire body
You
and throw it downfield, and you're not a quarterback.
You want to sweep right, Coach?
I got to question that too. I hate to question things, but I got to question that.
Well, you make a good point, because if you're running with momentum, well, you have to stop dead in your tracks to throw it.
You got to be going to your right side.
Yeah, it's going to be a sweep right and then do that. Yeah. But that was number 33. We've seen him get a couple touchdowns on offense. He was able to make the big play on defense there.
And they got
That's
Villagran
Bestone
for
again.
unsportsmanlike for throwing the ball after. That's what this is.
For Memorial.
Yeah, he tossed the ball in frustration. So
that'll all but do it pretty much. I mean, with 5:57.
Yeah, they're just going to run the ball.
I mean, yeah, that's what they're going to do.
Let's see Memorial's resolve and see if they stand up and try to stop Exeter here, because it's easy to fold up at this point.
Right, and it does seem like the wind is out of their sails a little bit. So you're right. Let's see what happens. But Memorial will come out, do their best, and he will go right up the middle. And that's what Exeter's fine with doing. I mean, they're going to go Bestone again. Bestone made that big sack. He's had a couple touchdowns, probably the player of the game for Exeter.
Once they went to this offset back off the tee and put a wing in there, and they've kind of just running those inside trap plays, and then they were running those quick toss plays. That has gotten them yardage, and they pretty much dominated the whole second half, right? Memorial got a couple first downs, but
right from the start, they came out with that first drive. They did that.
Exeter's dominated. They got the turnover, right?
Well, they did the fake punt. That was a big one. Memorial thought they had them thwarted, but more time comes off the clock after this play. We'll be under 5 minutes, and they're fine with that. As we have an end around here, it's Bestone, and he's going to go in for another touchdown. This is 3rd touchdown of the game.
Yeah,
big game for him, man.
Second time he scored on that same exact play.
Yeah.
So he scored going the other way, going to the right, going down into the other end zone. And this time they went to the left and pulled that guard around. And both times there was nobody for the guard to hit. So if there's no one for the guard to hit, the kid's going into the end zone.
Yeah, I was going to say both plays could have went for about 80 yards.
Yeah.
But going for his 4th extra point of the game here would be Drunzlick. And that is all day USA, right through the goal post. You got your standard 28-7 football score here. So, you don't really see that in high school. You don't see
right
5 extra points successful.
And Memorial is just like out of gas at this point. And they're looking like they want to just fold up and go home. So.
And it's never good to see your best player on crutches either, as we're looking at.
And you have that, and then Seymour got his shoulder banged up. I'd like to see them stick with their youngsters here at this drive.
Well, yeah, I'd say
and go in there with the younger guys and
get some people on tape, and you can see that.
They played well. Exeter's a really good football team, and Memorial played well. I mean, it was 7-7 in the first half, and they came out and scored first, and they really had the momentum. And that first half was back and forth, and it could have went either way. And
they definitely put the screws to him because Exeter was, like you said, this has playoff implications for him.
Right.
And if they lose this game, they're not in the playoffs. So 7-7 at halftime, they're probably, a couple bathroom breaks there at halftime, As they go a little grounder, and that's handled this time. And he was not expecting that, as he's absolutely gang tackled like a zebra in a lion farm.
So, but, he got the ball and went directly straight upfield, which is what I like. Don't mess around. Get the ball, get upfield, keep it from being a turnover. And
well, the good news is Exeter only took 40 seconds to score. So, but when people are hiding under a tent for coverage, that's not a good sign on the sideline either.
Right, yeah.
Everyone's cold. We're cold. Not really. We're dry. So it's the handoff, Brady, and they're going to keep doing that. He's probably got about 50, 60 yards just doing that one play.
Yeah, it's Seymour again, and it's just riding him.
Why not?
Why not? Let's not get him hurt. That's why not. It's 28-7. You're not going to win this football game, and he's already banged his shoulder up. So,
well, Coach,
I don't have him in there, but, who am I?
Coach is trying to win this game, I guess.
I don't know much. Yeah, maybe you're not giving up,
You don't know much, but you know you love you.
Yeah.
Aaron Neville, Linda Ronstadt. Great song. It's Memorial's bench is fired up about something, as our fan of the week is also.
Yeah.
Going to give him a shout-out.
He must be a Pop Warner coach.
Right at the middle again. So this is 3 in a row to our boy, getting another 8 yards on that one. And with only a minute off the clock on this drive, Memorial is moving the ball.
And sometimes, in Memorial's defense and in Coach D'Onofrio's defense, at this point you want to work on stuff that you're going to really maybe run next week. So this little trap play has worked well for them. And Seymour is a good back. I'm watching. It is a hold, but I'm watching him make his cuts, and he's just a good inside the tackle runner.
He's definitely the workhorse of this drive. As coach, I don't know if you noticed, but the cheerleaders have abandoned us as well.
I did not notice. I usually don't, but.
Yeah, they're gone. It's cold. Don't blame them. No band today either.
I try to do the same thing as what I was when I was coaching. I didn't even know the band or the cheerleaders were there. They're right behind you, but you're so focused on what you're doing that you don't even realize it.
Well, for a while, the Central band was the reason people came on for Central games.
Yeah.
Before our boys came around, turned things around. Shout out 95, class of 95. All right, back to the action here. But yeah, Memorial's running their ones, and so is Exeter. We'll go sweep far side. There we go. There's another guy we haven't seen yet. So we have seen him, but he's getting a little look. He's going to be gooing again.
He's taking McFarland's spot right now.
Listed as a fullback, but again, with this
he
offense,
runs like a fullback. In all honesty, he's not that quick. So have him running that wing spot is it's kind of tough because he's not getting to the edge quick enough.
Down to 3 minutes and 20 seconds here. Quarter number 4, as it's an awkward hand up the middle. It kind of, I wouldn't say that was smooth.
They've got McFarland. They've got their backup in there now. That was 31 with the carry.
Okay, yeah. So we do see a couple of new numbers in there. Sticking with Brady Harrison running the show at offenses, we might have another quarterback here. Number 10 there.
Fourth down.
No,
Fourth down.
Fourth down. I mean, you got to
know what they're doing here.
I mean, they're going to have to do some kind of pass attempt for a first down if they're really trying to win the game here. Looks like a timeout, so they'll talk it over, decide whether to what.
Well, you know,
What are they saying
at this
at-
point, you just want the game to be done. Be
Right.
honest
So
with you.
there ever situations where you're in where you're like,
Yeah,
all right, man, this
Yeah.
is not one of it's just
yeah.
yeah.
Especially when you're on the road somewhere, when you're playing in Division Two, sometimes you go like all over the place. You're all way up in Hanover or
Oh, yeah.
something, and if it's like this and it's late in the game, let's get on the bus, man. You don't want to quit on the kids, and you don't want to ever show that you're doing that.
But yeah,
But at the same time, right now, what is it, 4th and 12?
4th and 13.
They haven't been successful on any long down so far.
No, I mean they have had that first play of the game where you saw McFarland, who's a burner,
Yeah.
get down the sideline. You thought you'd see more of that. Exeter must have just said, okay, we'll stop 15 and we'll worry about the rest at that point.
Right.
Which is looked like what they did. We've had some success up the middle, a couple good, targets to 14 there, Vilgrain, but like other than that, it's been kind of.
What are we doing? We're punting?
I guess they're gonna work on their punt. I got a bridge for sale in Brooklyn if you buy that. I mean, they don't even have a returner.
There
I mean,
you go. So you got
obviously,
there's this up snap that they tried to.
that's just as
fix.
obvious as it gets.
Yeah.
I wasn't ever gonna assume they were
I mean,
gonna
the
punt,
punter wasn't even back there.
and they called
And
timeout
I
to
don't
do.
know that number 9's their punter anyways. I think he just ran on the field and kind of.
Coach, let me in.
Yeah.
No, nine's their quarterback.
Yeah,
too. So they didn't even have a deep man
Yeah.
to receive it. So, I guess you're working on things. They got a game coming up next week to end the season, and then, Mayor Craig approves the Turkey Bowl, which it seems to be every year we're going to go through this process. We'll assume there's a Turkey Bowl.
I think it's etched in stone again now. It was we went through some stuff during COVID, and then I think Memorial and Central should play.
Now, it's always going to be them no matter what then. Because
Well, I think so. I mean,
West
I-
wouldn't drop down to
Well-
even people say Trinity could give Central a game
So no.
Is that true?
No,
They could-
no.
because of
no.
size.
I mean, Trinity is playing in Division III. In all honesty, they're playing the Sisters of the Holy Cross every week. They're
Right.
winning 57-6 against.
They are, though.
Against nobody.
But that's the argument,
You can't. The jump in divisions are so big. Could Trinity come up to Division II and compete? Yes, they could.
Well,
But
remember
to go
back.
to go up 2 divisions and go to Division I? No.
Remember back in 2000 or so, Trinity
Yeah.
beat Central in the Turkey Bowl.
Right.
That was when they were going D1, though. What
They-
made them not? They still had a school body of student body of
I-
300.
I don't think they belong where they are now, but I don't think they belong in Division I either. I think they belong in Division II.
Well, they got to beat
Yeah.
Kennett in the championship once in a while too.
Campbell,
because
yeah.
they get there and
Yeah.
then they lose that game.
Right.
If they were to rattle off a couple of victories in the championship, maybe they would bump up. But
Yeah.
no chance they could compete with Central or Memorial.
No.
It'd be a blowout.
I don't know that
There'd
it'd be
be
a blowout,
injuries.
but yeah, I think Central would handle Trinity no problem.
Because a lot of
So
people
would
are
Memorial,
calling
so.
for that matchup, saying Trinity's.
No, Trinity had signed this agreement with St. Thomas to do the game on Wednesday night every year.
Yeah.
Okay, the night before, and St. Thomas has since pulled out of that agreement. They wanted to get something going with us at West, and I had approached them when I first got to West, and they didn't want to even listen to me. They didn't even have any kind of conversation with me about it. So we had played in the game my first 2 years at West against Central, and Ryan did a good job in keeping the game competitive. They could have blown us out, and they didn't. And
Oh, really?
he did a good job of keeping it competitive. Well, the first year, anyways. The next year was a snow bowl, and we played it on a Wednesday night because it was going to be record cold on Thursday. But now at this point, the way the dynamics are, just make it Memorial against Central every year because they don't play each other during the year right now.
Yeah, that's
So-
really weird.
Yeah.
I also thought it was weird that Exeter just went on a 2 count and got them to jump
Yeah.
off sides while
Yeah.
taking a knee.
Right.
But that's
right.
weird too. But I don't know. I remember back in when we won the state championship in '95, we won 15-8 in the
Right.
Turkey Bowl.
And you
so
know what?
the
Things were
Turkey
different.
Bowl can be different. Yeah,
Things are different.
things definitely different.
Yeah.
But
and I
also,
enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, and the kids enjoyed it while we did it. But I think the times now is, West should, after the season, concentrate on getting better for next year, and
Right.
Memorial and Central should line up on Thanksgiving Day and play.
that should do it here as Exeter finally takes a knee and Memorial lines up to shake hands. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I appreciate it. That was a good time. And,
Yeah, Memorial had them right there on the
first half.
It's a great game, something to build on. We gotta hope McFarland gets better.
Yeah.
Just in general, we don't want to see him.
Yeah,
out
on
for
crutches.
any-
You don't want to see a kid on crutches.
No,
anytime.
crutches-
Hopefully it's just an ankle. And, you can get that going with the trainer this week and get back into it.
Yeah, I see a couple of big guys on the Memorial team. You should recruit for the basketball team there, Coach.
Yeah.
But for Manchester Public Television, Jason Cody, Brendan McCormick, Joe Lar, Kyle Heavey, I'm Mike Gonzalez, Coach Bazoin. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back next week for Central as Pinkerton comes into town, looking for a shocking upset there. So we'll see you next Friday from McGill Stadium. See you later.